Yuck.
Yuck.
Admit it, you've thought about what it would be like to lock lips with your favorite celebrity, but according to some stars, smooching on set is anything but romantic. Think a lot more awkwardness and bad breath.
She'd be like, yeah, I had tuna, I had garlic, and I didn't brush my teeth. Right?
Orlando Bloom and Zoe Saldana. Orlando Bloom and Zoe Saldana are both pretty high on most people's love to kiss list, but it turns out they aren't so hot for each other. The script of the movie Haven called for them to kiss, but neither Orlando nor Zoe were quite feeling it. Zoe straight up called kissing Orlando gross, which is a little bit harsh, but Orlando didn't enjoy their kiss either, mostly because Zoe's then boyfriend Keith Britton was also on the set that day. For some reason, Orlando says he didn't enjoy having Zoe put her tongue in his mouth in front of her boyfriend, although it probably would have been even more awkward if he did. Josh Hutcherson and Liam Hemsworth. Orlando Bloom just doesn't enjoy filming intimate scenes in general.
Didn't you see that in the movie?
But Jennifer Lawrence seems to take them on more of a case-by-case basis. When she was getting ready to kiss Christian Bale on American Hustle, she made sure to keep her mouth spotless and was constantly chowing down on mints to make sure her breath was fresh. But her Hunger Games franchise co-stars, Josh Hutcherson and Liam Hemsworth, didn't exactly get the VIP treatment, to say the least.
Anytime I had to kiss Jennifer was pretty uncomfortable.
Apparently, Jennifer happily stuffed her face with famously fragrant foods like tuna fish and mustard before puckering up. And to make matters worse, she would tell Josh and Liam what she had just eaten moments before they had to taste it on her breath. Yuck. Zoey Deutch. It's kind of funny that when she was working on the movie entitled Why Him, that's exactly what Zoey Deutch kept thinking whenever she had to lock lips with her co-star James Franco. When asked to describe what it was like to share a kiss with James, all Zoe could say was, meh. Her answer may have been brief, but it definitely got her point across.
How was the breath?
Actually, not good.
A lot of celebs try to stay diplomatic when speaking about their co-stars,
So it was pretty good.
but Zoe seemed personally offended by James's poor kissing habits. Morena Baccarin. There are a lot of on-screen couples who are frequently considered relationship goals, like Jim and Pam on The Office or Leslie and Ben on Parks and Recreation. But can we agree that one of the best fictional couples are Vanessa Carlyle and Wade Wilson from the Deadpool franchise? Sadly, Morena Baccarin broke the illusion a little for us by revealing that kissing Ryan Reynolds on set was less than romantic. But before you blame Ryan, you should know it's not his fault. It's his latex prosthetic. In Deadpool 2, Ryan's face is covered in a prosthetic, and apparently it doesn't smell all that great.
It basically just smells like rubber the entire time.
For some reason, this really took her out of the moment, but it's probably worse for Ryan, who has to actually have it on his face. Eric Stonestreet. And speaking of relationship goals, let's talk about Cameron and Mitchell on the show Modern Family. Jesse Ferguson is an openly gay actor who's been married to his husband Justin Makita since 2013. But Eric Stonestreet is a straight actor who felt uncomfortable at the thought of kissing another man, even if it was just part of the script. The lack of affection between Cam and Mitch started to bug some Modern Family fans, but Eric defended the show as progressive, saying that them adopting a baby was even more taboo than sharing a kiss. But eventually, Eric had to pucker up so Mitch and Cam could have the kiss their characters deserved. Brad Pitt. Everyone knows that the real tale as old as time isn't Beauty and the Beast. It's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie falling in love on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Even though Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston at the time, it didn't stop him from moving on with Angelina. Maybe it's because of the way they met and fell in love, but she was apparently a little jealous of Brad filming love scenes with other women. This was even an issue while he was working on the movie The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Apparently, Brad was so worried about angering Angie that he had to be persuaded to pucker up for his co-star Kate Blanchett. Even Kate said afterwards that Brad was clearly head over heels for Angelina and joked that it was really quite disgusting. James McAvoy. While Angelina may have been in the back of Brad's mind when he was supposed to be working, she's often called upon to lock lips as part of her job as well. She appeared in the movie Wanted with James McAvoy, but it turns out he wanted nothing more than to not have to kiss Angelina. James described the encounter as awkward, sweaty, and not very nice. And he's not the only one averse to kissing Angelina. Matt Damon said their scene in The Good Shepherd was like kissing his sister, since the two of them have known each other for so long. Kate Winslet. Most of us were absolutely moved, often to tears, by the love story of Jack and Rose in the movie Titanic, even if she really could have scooted over on that door a little. But when co-stars Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio were reunited for Revolutionary Road, filming their on-screen romance was totally different this time around. Not only are the two celebs old friends, but the flick was directed by Kate's then-husband Sam Mendes.
It was just the element of, okay, my husband's over there. That was a bit weird.
This made Kate feel super uncomfortable, and the fact that neither Leo nor Sam seemed bothered made her feel even more awkward. Although she credits their on-screen chemistry to their long-term friendship, there are definitely some drawbacks to befriending your co-star. Mila Kunis. Having two actors in the family can make things complicated, since there's a ton of extramarital kissing going around. Mila Kunis says she and her husband Ashton Kutcher don't have a problem filming love scenes with other people.
But I don't necessarily want to see it live, take after take after take.
Making sure her husband isn't on set for kissing scenes doesn't make things easier, but Mila claims smooching Natalie Portman in Black Swan wasn't easy. The two are such good friends in real life, and that made things all the more awkward, especially with all the crew members watching. Of course, since the two women also had to drop a ton of weight and train like crazy for the movie, they were probably already uncomfortable to start out with. Natalie even broke ribs during training, so it's possible their on-screen love scene was both painful and awkward. Kristen Stewart. We love few things more than a compelling love triangle, and in the Twilight saga, we got to see Bella Swan torn between Edward and Jacob. But actress Kristen Stewart has some strong opinions on who Bella should be with, and it's not Jacob. In fact, she says that one of the most difficult scenes to shoot was when Bella kisses Jacob for the first time. According to Kristen, Bella has such tunnel vision surrounding her sparkly boyfriend that it felt wrong to be locking lips with Taylor Lautner. It also didn't help that Kristen and Taylor were friends behind the scenes, making their intimate moments on set kind of uncomfortable.
We just kissed. That's really weird. Whatever. Yeah.
Alyson Hannigan. It seems like being friends with your co-star can be difficult when it comes time to kiss, but sometimes there are more practical reasons stars don't enjoy locking lips with each other. Just ask Alyson Hannigan, who regularly ended up kissing Jason Segel on the set of How I Met Your Mother. Apparently, Jason is a smoker, and Alyson finds the smell and taste of cigarette smoke absolutely disgusting. Jason even asked Alyson to help him quit, and she started charging him $10 every time he had a cigarette.
Hey, Lil, you smoke. Damn it!
The first day they filmed together, he had to hand over $200. Apparently, he couldn't afford to keep it up, so he quit cold turkey.
Last cigarette ever.
At least until he started up again about a year later. Even though she hated dealing with the nicotine on his breath, Alyson said she loved working with Jason and was sad when the show finally ended. Rupert Grint. One of the many great things about the Harry Potter movies was watching the child stars grow up before our eyes. The cast worked, studied, and laughed together for years, which made it difficult when they had to start kissing each other. Rupert Grint says he and Emma Watson had known each other since she was 9 years old and had a brother-sister relationship. Having to kiss her felt so awkward that Rupert admits he doesn't even like to think about it. In fact, it was so traumatic for Rupert that he says he doesn't really remember it, and he's just glad that they got it done in a single take.
That was great, we got it.
Emma agrees it was awkward, but says the worst part was the fact that the two kissed while being soaked in cold water. Daniel Radcliffe. Emma Watson is a talented actress who gives her all to her roles, even when it comes down to kissing. According to her co-star Daniel Radcliffe, Emma charged at him like an animal when it was time for them to kiss. In her defense, Emma says she just wanted to get it over with and make it look good for the camera.
I thought it was going to be a kind of slow, sensual thing, and Emma just really went for it.
Horizon F Guardiola. When Horizon Guardiola had to kiss Justice Smith on The Get Down, her problem wasn't that they knew each other too well, it was that they didn't know each other at all. According to Horizon, she isn't the kind of person to go around kissing strangers and felt uncomfortable with the prospect, even if it was just part of her job. The fact that it was in the script didn't comfort Horizon, who felt very uncomfortable when she had to kiss Justice. At first, Justice was totally fine with the kiss, but when he realized how unhappy Horizon was, it made things awkward for him too. Miles Teller. Bad breath alert. On the set of The Spectacular Now, Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley had to kiss passionately. But it turns out the two stars have very different tastes. When it comes to food, Shailene would chastise Miles for sipping on Gatorade when he knew he was gonna have to kiss her. Hey, maybe he was just trying to stay hydrated. She also claims he ate licorice on the set, but didn't specify whether it was black or red. That's an important detail to leave out. Shailene was on a strict diet, incorporating Chinese herbal supplements. They may have been good good for her, but according to Miles, they tasted awful. He compared kissing Shailene to eating dirt because of the way her mouth tasted. What do you think about actors having to kiss each other on set? Do you think these stars are making a big deal out of nothing? Or is it really as awkward as they say? Let us know what you think in the comment section. And then click on the subscribe button for more videos from us here at The Taco. Bye for now.